For full episodes of the Diverse Mentality podcast, check the links in the description below. The full video version is available on the main channel, and the audio version is available on your favorite streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. Let's get into the crazy news, man. Especially for Pop Smoke. This really hurt me reading this and kind of going over the details. Apparently, the person who killed Pop Smoke, they found out the person who was the trigger man is a 15-year-old boy. Yes, 15 years old. Not to mention that Pop Smoke is only 20, by the way, which is super young. That's a kid in its own. But a 15-year-old pulled the trigger and killed him. And if you actually look into what the reason was for, it's ridiculous, man. It's over a $2,000 Rolex watch. He sold it for $2,000 after murdering Pop Smoke. Let that sink in. $2,000 watch, guys. $2,000 watch. That guy's life was taken over a fucking watch. Like, man, it just pissed me off reading that. I got really mad because I was like, this is so stupid. It's so materialistic things like that. Like, man, even if you're starving that badly and you're hungry to make money, man, just killing somebody for a $2,000 watch. And you, by the way, he's locked up now. He ruined his whole life. And it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with him because he is a kid. He is, I believe, a minor. It's in terms of like court terms and all that. A minor, juvenile he's going to get. I don't know how they're going to move on with him, but there was a 20-year-old there who they're mentioning is the driver in the situation. He had nothing to do with the shooting, nothing to do with, and his lawyer is saying he actually told him not to kill anybody, just steal whatever they have and let's get out of here. But of course, things didn't go as planned. So let's go over the article. It's pretty long, but it's very interesting. So it says Pop Smoke was gunned down by a 15-year-old shooter who ambushed the Brooklyn rapper with a group of teens bent on stealing the singer's diamond-studded Rolex, a detective testified Friday. So mind you, these past week on Thursday and Friday, they are in court. They're going through a trial. They're presenting evidence, stuff like that. The home intruders were also after the rapper's Cuban link chain, but apparently only managed to swipe the luxury timepiece, which they later resold for $2,000. The teen who pulled the trigger, the youngest of the four defendants, is now facing murder and robbery charges in the case, allegedly admitted his role on the Hollywood Hills slaying during a recorded interview with a cellmate at a juvenile detention center last May. So, in the juvenile detention center, there is a snitch who was recording everything that kid told that guy. So there's a snitch in that building, and he's working for the police, and he got all the details, man. So I'm sure that audio is going to come out. If anything, TMZ is probably going to leak it or something like that, but the audio is going to be out. This is what the detective says. He admitted that he shot the victim 3 times with a Beretta 9mm. Los Angeles Department Detective Carlos Cambaco testified Friday at a preliminary hearing for a different suspect, Corey Walker, 20, the sole adult defendant in the high-profile case. The 15-year-old defendant admitted that they asked for the jewelry and then had a confrontation with Pop Smoke that quickly turned deadly, the detective said. They got into a fight, and he shot him 3 times, Cambaco said, citing the 15-year-old defendant's recorded juvenile detention center interview. He said he shot him in the back. Walker, 20, has pleaded not guilty in the case. His defense lawyer, Christopher Darden, told the New York Daily News on Friday that Walker never even entered the house for the deadly confrontation, though prosecutors have placed him at the scene with the cell phone records and say his Infiniti was a getaway vehicle. So, first off, one thing that threw me off in this whole article, Christopher Darden, if you guys don't know who that is, that guy was the prosecutor against O.J. Simpson back in 1992, I believe, 1993. I don't know when that trial was, around there, that time, before I was even born, by the way. And Christopher Darden, was a huge role in kind of messing up the whole case about O.J. Simpson and trying to get him, and they didn't manage to get him locked up. But this is weird. This is why it's weird, because Christopher Darden is also representing Eric Holder, the person who murdered Nipsey Hussle. He's defending that person, which, now, I'm not blaming this on Christopher Darden, but, they need a lawyer for defense, and that's law, period. Even if the person murdered him, it's clear. They still need a lawyer. But why the fuck is Christopher Darden specifically on these cases? Is he looking for clout? What the hell is going on here? Because now he's defending one of the people that murdered Pop Smoke. Do you have does this guy have like a hard on like going against rappers? What is going on here? When I read that it was Christopher Darden as well, mind you, now he's with the Nipsey Hussle case, which I don't even know when that case is starting. It's been pushed back so many times because of COVID, and I have no idea when that started. But Christopher Darden is now representing one of the people that killed Pop Smoke and the person that killed Nipsey Hussle. That is weird. I don't know if this guy is clout chasing. He has, like I said, a hard on for rappers and just getting them locked up or not caring about what happened to them. But when I read there was Christopher Darden, it threw me off completely. But let's continue the article. According to Kameko, Walker also confessed his role in the murder during a separate, secretly recorded jailhouse interview with a different adult informant placed in his cell after the July arrest. Man, these police they're smart, man. The way they move, they said, yo, we're going to place this specific person in this person's cell, get him tapped up, wired up, let him admit everything. That is crazy, man. They got some crazy tactics. This is insane. So, let's see. My bad. I completely lost where I was at. But Walker allegedly admitted that the group used ski masks, gloves, and a police scanner as they carried out the home invasion robbery. He said that when the individuals got inside, the suspects confronted Pop Smoke, who was in the shower naked. During his recorded conversation with the cellmate, Walker allegedly said the teens inside the home demanded Pop Smoke's jewelry, which he was still wearing, and even said thank you when it appeared he was compliant, Kameko said. But the rapper apparently decided to fight back and rushed the intruders, who pistol whipped him before the 15-year-old suspect shot him in the chest, Kameko said, citing Walker's account of what happened. Now, obviously, we've talked about this before, but I would never fight over material things if my life is in danger. I don't know why. I think Pop Smoke just thought they were kids and he could kind of strong arm them, and maybe they're scared to shoot, and you don't know. I don't know what the situation went down, but something seems off about this story. I'm not into conspiracy theories, but even Pop Smoke's own brother says something is off with this story. I don't know what it is, but something just seems very weird. The people that are testifying and telling their sides of the stories, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I don't know if I could see Pop Smoke fighting back and trying to get just a watch back. I really don't think he could put himself in that predicament. I don't know. I could be wrong, but pistol then Darden objected to the testimony about Walker's interview, calling it hearsay since Walker wasn't inside the house. The judge allowed it, though. Pop Smoke was fatally shot during the 4 a.m. home invasion at the rented home in the Hollywood Hills on February 19th, 2020. Police testimony in the case started Thursday with 2 LAPD detectives taking the witness stand to give the first public and detailed account of what allegedly happened. Detective Christian Casarco testified Thursday that a woman who was with Pop Smoke in the rented home's second-story bedroom recalled seeing a group of men storm through curtains from a balcony accessible by a backyard staircase. One of them allegedly pressed a black semi-automatic firearm to her forehead and shouted, "Shut the fuck up, do you want to die?" She heard a struggle coming from the shower area and heard Mr. Jackson, who was Pop Smoke, run out of the screaming and ran out of the bathroom, and then she heard a loud pop and heard Mr. Jackson fall to the ground. 2 other individuals began to kick him, Carrizo said, citing the woman's testimony. Upon hearing her son was kicked, Jackson's mother, Audrey Jackson, was visibly upset. So this is the same shit that happened to Nipsey Hussle. I don't understand. If you shoot somebody, why, continue kicking the person and just adding more? It's like, come on, man. That's just straight up disrespectful. You clearly have some sort of hate towards this guy to do that. Because normally when people shoot somebody, they just shoot them and either run away or, I don't know. Something about this story I don't know, man. Something's not giving me great vibes about this story. Obviously, his mother was in court hearing all this. She was visibly upset after the kick. And then similarly, Friday, Jackson's dad, Greg Jackson, let out an audible gasp when he heard the killing was over a $2,000 payday, which was the watch. He was obviously Pop Smoke was weeks away from finishing his debut studio album. The doctors rushed him to a major surgery called a left thoracotomy, but he suffered a rapid decline and couldn't be saved, his death certificate said. Pop Smoke had posted images of his social media shortly before the shooting, both the rented Airbnb home's address and a large amount of cash. The cash was later still found inside a drawer at the rental home, according to testimony Friday. It was a massive hit. his album, and then it said, if convicted as charged, Walker would be eligible for the death penalty, the Los Angeles County District Attorney said. This story is just, I don't know, to me, it's not making sense. And I do believe that they were going in there just to get the money. I think they were even shocked that they killed Pop Smoke, that they even had to go that route. Because usually when you have an intent to rob, you want to get in and out of there as quickly as possible. You don't want to have any confrontations. You know, if Pop Smoke was showering, let's just say let me put myself in the robber's shoes. If I found out Pop Smoke, let's say I go through behind the balcony like they did, and then I go in, I see the girl there, I put a gun to her, I say, shut up. Pop Smoke doesn't hear anything. He's in the shower. I would ask that girl, where's the money? Where's everything? Let me rob this place. And if he's still in the shower, doesn't hear anything, I'm out of there. But they were saying Pop Smoke had the jewelry on him while he was showering. So they were probably like, that's the only jewelry that we know about, that we can see visibly. And there you go. But how would they know to go in through the back? That is kind of weird. You know, if you don't know the house, how would you know? Unless they just scoped out the whole house that whole night and we're like, okay, this is the entry plan. That could have happened, but that's very weird that they went through the back and knew that it was open. That doesn't make sense to me. You know, someone said something, because, you know, usually you go through the front, and if you do go through the back, you got to make sure it's open to go through both of these areas. So I don't know, man. It just seemed very weird. And then Pop Smoke's brother even said the story. He started speaking out. He said the story does just not make sense. He posted on his Instagram. He said, something's not right about this case. This info is not matching, and people are moving crazy. Bashir, on God, we are getting to the bottom of it. I'm sorry the real wasn't with you. I'm sorry you said guys would shoot back and they didn't. I'm sorry you thought guys would fight for you and they're not even doing that in death. It seems you were more valuable alive. Everybody gets mad when I speak up because it threatens their position in this gang shit. Since you have been away, Pop, people's love have been MIA. And then the caption said, on God, we gonna figure this out, Pop Smoke. I tried to warn you about this gang shit. I should have tried harder. It's not fair how they're doing you, and I'm not allowing people to say they love you without proper recognition to you or the family, period. Yeah, so he just feels something's not right with the story. I feel something's not right with the story. I'm not really into conspiracy theories, like I said, but something is very off in this story, and I'm sure someone is going to say something that's going to throw this case a totally different way. So I'll keep you guys updated on this. The story, when I heard that the 15-year-old was responsible for killing him, is crazy.